Xposure turn throughout the city. Yeah, she for real about to be a part of the committee. They exposing the truth about life and fashion. They talk about it, we make it happen. They totally exposed.
Hey, and welcome back. Guess what? We back at the temple. It's Urban Temple Spa. I've seen the first episode on Total Exposure with Kiana when she was explaining about her spa, but now she opened her doors up for us to be able to do interviews here, so you'll see other business owners also. But today we have her sister that has her own natural vegan products.
Absolutely.
Online, so y'all get to hear a little bit from her and how y'all can order her products, because I know it's a lot of vegan lovers out there, because I'm a vegetarian myself, and I know you all, there's a lot of people that's following me that are vegetarians as well. But let's get down to it. But thank you again, Kiana, for opening up your studio for us. It's women empowerment too. You see three black women. We just here to empower one another and be able to, branch each other out. And that's what it's all about, So we're gonna get down to it. But we want Kiana's sister, JoVon, right? JoVon, to be able to explain her product before we get down into a real deep discussion. So at this point, we're gonna let JoVon talk about a little bit about herself and her products, and then we'll be back to Kiana and John.
All right, greetings and give thanks, everyone. My name is JoVon Henry, but many of you may know me as Nubian, and I'm the owner-operator of Exotic Splash, an exotic fruit and vegetable smoothie, produce, and snack bar located right here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm very thankful for the opportunity to be able to sit here alongside these two beautiful queens, my sister as well as Stacy, to be able to bring you a little bit more information with regards to the products and services that I have. So today, what I've brought to the temple is our tropical fruit cups. And inside of the tropical fruit cups, we have watermelons, pineapples, honeydew melons, cantaloupe, some orange slices, chia seeds. We also have our all-natural exotic fruit and vegetable smoothies. Right here we have our Level Up smoothie, which has kale, spinach, mizuna, chard, mango with the coconut water base. On this side we have our Pimp smoothie, which is pineapple, mango, peach with a coconut water base as well. And rest assured, all of our smoothies are made fresh daily. There's no soy, no dairies, no preservatives, and no added sugars to our smoothies. And we also have our superfood salads as well. And included in our superfood salads, we have kale, mizuna, chard, spinach. We have dates, cranberries, onions, banana peppers, chia seeds, basil, rosemary, thyme, onions, squash, zucchini, beets, and a host of other herbs and spices with a side of balsamic vinaigrette dressing. So especially for a lot of you that are concerned about your diets and what you're consuming, we definitely have something that will assist you along your journey. And I know Stacy mentioned that if my products are really geared more towards vegans, but I just want to let you know that the products are geared towards everybody, just depending on where you are in your particular journey. I know sometimes when we put boxes or labels on things, we can sometimes get a little afraid or feel like you can only do certain things to be able to live and eat healthy. But I'm here to rest assure you that there's multiple ways to be able to assist you along your journey, and I'm definitely here to assist you no matter where you are in your journey. If you're right now just trying to make the transition from going completely from meat and transitioning over to more of a plant-based, more just a conscious diet, I'd love to be able to assist you. So to get more information, you can definitely visit my website at www.IamExoticSplash. You can follow me on social media at Instagram at IamExoticSplash. If you're on Facebook at The Exotic Splash. And if you're on Twitter at Exotic Splash. And also, you can definitely feel free to reach out to me via telephone at 404-784-9606. I look forward to hearing from you guys and assisting you in your journey really soon.
So, JoVon, how did you? When did you? Have you been vegan? Are you a vegan?
So there again, I don't really like to put titles or labels on what I am, because basically I'm just a conscious spiritual being here to do the work of the Creator as it's designed for me. And my walk and my talk may look different depending on my journey at hand.
Right.
With that being said, I don't incorporate animal protein into my diet, and if I do incorporate animal protein, it'll be something more along the lines of a fish, like a salmon or a snapper.
Okay, so so you don't want to call it vegan or vegetarian or
Correct.
anything. You just don't eat no meat.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much, and I'm very conscious. It's not only just the meats. It's also the byproducts of the animals as well, and just it's more so about a conscious, healthy lifestyle and just living and being conscious about what I'm putting inside of my temple, my urban temple.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, you can have a diet that's strictly alkaline or strictly vegan or strictly vegetarian. However, it's about a balance. And if your soul and your spirit isn't pure and clean, you're just as toxic. So at the end of the day, it's all about a balance. It's about the fuel that you put inside of your body. It's about what you're eating. It's about what you're thinking. And it's also about the energy that you're exuding out to others. That's really and truly what makes you a healthy, conscious, spiritual being.
Right. Well, I agree. Because usually when people do take that transition over into being, non-eating, but people call it vegan and vegetarians, is a way of lifestyle change.
Correct.
Because once you start realizing, especially taking meat out of your diet, period, it's going to be an enlightenment that people actually come into.
Absolutely.
Because now you're starting to take in on more of the nutrients of the earth and the planet. So now your vision and your enlightenment is going to change.
Correct.
Because now you're putting things that are in your body more healthy for you than that we wasn't even meant to eat in the first place.
Absolutely. You become, and to that point, that was a beautiful segue, because you now become more aligned
Right.
with the earth and the divine order and your plan. And so once you begin to consume from the earth the way that it was intended, then you'll be able to think and live and breathe and just be a lot freer. And I personally, this is just my personal opinion, I definitely think that your diet has a direct impact
It
on
does.
the way you think, the way that you believe, the way that you interact with people, and it's going to impact your overall emotional state of being. So your diet is definitely important to just
Right.
you living a balanced, healthy life.
Right.
But at the same token, I will say this for those that do consume meat, because my sister and I, our grandmother actually was living on a farm down in South Georgia, and she lived to be 100 years old, and she ate meat to basically the day she died. But everything that she consumed was off of her land.
Absolutely.
It wasn't something that she went out to the store
Right.
that was mass produced, that she bought. And grandma didn't have any problems.
Nope.
So at the end of the day, there again, it's all about that balance. Finding your balance, what works best for your body. At different times, once you become in tune and more aligned with the creative divine order and nature, then your body will tell you what you need to
Right.
consume.
But your thinking is also clear because you're just feeding your body healthy things.
Absolutely.
And your body is not feeding off of the chemicals that have been put in the food to
Right.
make it look good or make it
Correct.
last longer.
Correct.
So it's really important, and that salad that I had earlier today was excellent. I
I enjoyed
wasn't
it.
really expecting to get that much energy. It was new for me. So I really enjoyed it. I'm glad you delivered that to the temple today.
Absolutely,
So it's a
absolutely.
good thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And but it's everyone has their time for awakening,
Absolutely.
and you can't compare your journey to
Correct.
someone else's.
Correct.
So I think it's very important that you and we're both in the health and wellness field, because people are coming here to get physical relief from their aches and pains, but you're the other aspect.
Correct.
Because you do have to be careful with what you put into your body. And I get so upset sometimes when I hear that, a long time ago, I was a vegetarian, but I didn't know how to fix my food. I didn't know that the food could have that much flavor.
And that's what a lot of people miss.
And
Because as soon as they say
Yeah.
vegan or vegetarian,
Yes.
oh, I can't do that.
Yes.
Right.
But I'm like, you should change the mindset. I say you need to change your mindset.
Absolutely.
Because it's a lot, like I've been following a lot. I'm going to do a segment, and I'll probably invite you back on Total Exposure, because there's a couple of people that I came across, they're chefs, and they straight vegans, they alkaline vegans, and that's all they cook. And they have a cookbook. It's phenomenal. Like my sister and I, we actually did some of the meals and stuff, and it came out phenomenal. You wouldn't even miss you know, the stuff that the junk and stuff that they have and the things that they sell these days. You know, so I mean, it's phenomenal. So I am going to get them on the show so they can explain, because it is a way of life and it is a spiritual change, because people need to realize, like, a lot of sicknesses and stuff like that, it comes from the things that we are putting in our body. But you can change that, because we're supposed to be able to heal ourselves.
Absolutely.
So when we get back to the basis of where we need to be within, then our body can regenerate and heal ourselves from the cancer, from the different diseases that are out here. But it's a mindset, because my mother's best friend, you know, she had just got diagnosed with brain cancer. And I said, Mom, I've been researching. I know y'all heard about Dr. CB and stuff like that. So I said, Mom, she changed. I said, she can heal herself.
Absolutely.
Your body is designed
to do it.
The Creator put all the medicine out here for us to be able to intake and consume. And at the end of the day, it really there goes back to the balance about how you're taking care of your body, because a lot of times some of the sicknesses are coming because your body is out of alignment. Coming in to get your massages. Coming into even the acupuncture. You're thinking about things like that, and then your diet, the yoga,
everything.
There's things that you can do yourself, or just enlist other individuals who have been blessed with the special talents as a healer. To be able to come out and assist you on your healing journey. And you can, there again, cure yourself from the inside out by eating and consuming the things that the Creator has designed for us to be able to do. And I'm thankful for your platform, Stacey, to be able to provide total exposure, if you will, to the community at large. Because for a lot of people, they don't have access to this knowledge or information, or maybe they feel threatened or afraid, or maybe it's not a comfortable medium. But I'm very thankful for your platform, because it's something that people can come to, not feel judged. But you come here for energy and information to heal yourself as well as to grow. So always connect with good individuals that can assist you along your journey. The Creator will always put those people in your path, but you have to be wise enough to be able to recognize that they're here.
You gotta use your intuition and your inner guidance to be able to know who is who. Because I mean, we understand we will come in contracts with other people, because contracts has to come in our life sometime to get us to where we need to be. Like, I just came out of a big contrast thing, and I see it, but it's for people that's already awakened and enlightened of how their journey is set up for them, you know. So they have to realize that. But sometimes some people don't never even get the chance to understand and realize, because they never awaken.
But you know, you also have to take into consideration that we're working against a program also.
The
world is designed to program us in a particular way that keeps us from listening to our body's intuition. Okay, we're taught as human beings to go against our intuition. And they feed us, okay, if you will, through television, through certain programs on the television, radio, of how we're supposed to conduct ourselves. So, for example, JoVon and our family history is very rich and diverse in a lot of different people. And our mother tells us stories of how she remembers going out into the woods, picking roots with our great-grandmother, and watching how to make the medicine for the people in the family. And a lot of people have gotten away from that. And one other amazing thing about my sister that I want to say is that she can come from a different perspective about how this program lifestyle is affecting us, because she also has a degree in mortuary science. So JoVon, please tell me, I always thought it was just amazing how she was able to go from working with a deceased person, okay, seeing them in their final stage, okay, before their body is interred. That's correct?
Correct.
Okay. To now being able to fuel their body with things that'll give them the energy, everything that they need to live well. You know what I mean? And I think that's really awesome that you've been able to make that transition. So how did that happen?
Before we get there, we're going to take a commercial break. Man, that's some deep stuff. Look, you better stay with Total Exposure. We'll be right back after this brief message. Do you need a graphic designer? Call Awesome Flyers, where creative design is at its very best. They do phenomenal work and they are always on time. No project is too big or too small. They do flyers, logos, web designs, and so much more. Make sure you call Awesome Flyers today and visit their website at www.awesomeflyers.com. Hey, this is your girl Stacey L, and we are back. I know y'all was sitting on your seats waiting, like, we gotta get back in here. This story of our sister, let's get to it. Yeah, so we basically went over the products beforehand. Y'all can always go back and check out the things that y'all missed. But she has some phenomenal stuff products, and y'all gonna see throughout the show. We're gonna take, screenshots and, videos so y'all can get the up graphics. So I know a lot of people like videos and y'all like to see things, so we got you on that part. But back to this, let's get down to it.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So it's interesting that Kiana mentioned my mortuary science background. So many of you out there probably don't know, but those of you that have known me for quite some time, you've kind of followed my journey. It's been quite some time in a track, basically. But so I had a calling, and I'll say it's nothing other than that. I won't take credit for it. The Creator came to me and told me that my path was to be a funeral director and embalmer. I am definitely a healer.
Yes.
And I did not fight the calling. I attended mortuary college at Gupton Jones, located right here in Decatur, Georgia. And, to be able to take a deeper dive into understanding the life cycle.
Yes.
Because that's what death is. It's just a part of the life cycle. And being able to study and research the history of death, the entire psychological impact that it has amongst various cultures, because believe it or not, every culture, not necessarily a religious group, but every culture, spiritual faith, religious faith, ethnicity, everybody mourns the loss of a loved one or someone within their tribe differently. So to be able to actually be on the front line and be able to partake in the different cultures mourning their death, it shed a different light and appreciation for life for me. And now being able to understand that death is nothing more than just another cycle in your life process. And if you understand that we're here, and when I say we're here on a secular level to achieve a plan and a goal. And until your plan and goal has been achieved as it is designed for you by the Creator, that is when you're able to move forward and you're able to progress and basically level up, if you will, to the next phase of life. Because what we see right here just at the secular level, there's more to it than that. If that's what you really and truly believe. Not everybody believes that.
Everybody don't believe that, but I believe that.
But if you really and truly believe, it's gonna get better than this.
Absolutely, but you have to do the right things with
have
your
to do the
vehicle.
right-
This
Correct.
is your vehicle.
Correct.
You got to give it all that it needs.
Correct.
And that's just not with coming to see me or you. You got to read the right things.
Correct.
You got to be around the right people, because
Correct.
the stronger your vibration is, it's going to generate energy into the universe to bring those things that you need to you.
Correct.
And I'm just really amazed. All of the wonderful people that come into my life and how you were able to make the transition.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people don't do that.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people, go on, transition on to the next life without making that transition. So that's why they gotta do a cycle back around until they get it together, because we already have in our script, like we have a scroll. We all have a scroll.
Correct.
We don't know what we put. I mean, we do know, but we gotta bring our minds back to the basis of reminding ourselves that we know that we're pure energy. We came from source. We're here, and we have to get back to there to remember who we really are.
Correct.
A lot of people are so lost because they don't know who they really are.
Correct. And then until you, I don't mean to interrupt you, but until you're able to figure it out, you will continually repeat the same cycle, and you will not be allowed to progress to the next phase until you take heed and do the things that you know that you need to do. So like Kiana was saying, your body, your temple is just a vehicle. Your spirit is what's going to power you to be able to move forward. Astral projection is so very real.
And I do.
But you have to be able to tap in to your inner being in order to be able to actualize and realize and allow it to manifest.
Let me ask this. Like I have two sons. My other son, he's older, but I have my younger son, he's 2. And you know, I want him to, you know, stay, because you know when they're young, they are in it.
Correct.
The only thing that shuts them off is the world and the things that's out here. So I'm trying to keep him in, like, keep his mind open, keep him, you know, centered, and you know, because I have tarot cards, and he wants to, like, I mean, I was like in awe, like every day he always go and run into the box. I mean, the box could be underneath a pillow hidden somewhere, and he goes to get it, and he wants to play with cards. So I was like, I feel as though that his intuition is drawing him to him.
Absolutely.
You know, so I'm like, so this is a question I've been having for so long. Like I'm gonna ask somebody, like, how do you train your children into staying open and to being, you know, in line with themselves and who they are now, because they are already in line.
Absolutely, and that's a beautiful question. So myself being a mother as well of 2, my son is 22 and my daughter is 16. And having raised my children in this type of, reared them in this type of a mindset, one thing I will say, it is definitely going to be a challenge, okay? But when I say it's going to be a challenge, it's because of, it'll be a challenge, especially if you allow your children to socialize with others from the outside world. Let me say that.
That's true.
If you decide to keep your children within inside of a box in a community that only supports the type of mindset and mentality that you have, then it's a lot easier oftentimes.
But you also put them at a disadvantage
That's
when
gonna
you
be
do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, like I was saying, you know, unless you just want to keep your children in a box and in a community to where they're only around people that eat and talk like you guys, then you're just being able to raise your children and rear them the way that they need to be growing and going is going to be instrumental. So myself, as I was saying with regards to my son, so my son is 22. He had been raised eating a conscious diet, a healthy conscious diet, mainly of plant-based items. And he went off to college, Savannah State University. So his freshman year was a challenging year for him. He decided to go against the grain, if you will, thinking, you know, I'm away from home, I can just do what I want to do.
Yes.
Oh, but he soon found out that his body didn't agree with what his mind was trying to do. So even that, now his body, by the time he's 18, 19 years old, his body has already been conditioned and already been programmed to what it needs. So although he in his mind thinking, oh, well, you know what, this is what I want, my friends are doing this, I'm in college, I'm my own man, I can do what I want to do now, his body told him, no, you can't do that. He suffers from allergies and asthma. His allergies started acting up really bad, as well as his asthma. His skin started to break out. He soon had to figure out himself what was going on. I've taught my children how to do reverse engineering, basically. Figure out, work backwards. See what you've been doing from this point to the last time everything was working correctly, and see what has changed in between that time. And the main thing that had changed was his diet that he was consuming. So with that being said, he himself was able to realize that once his actual diet that he consumed through his mouth changed, his diet that he was consuming mentally and spiritually had began to change as well. And it was conflicting against the spirit of who he really was. He was hanging out with the wrong people, doing the wrong things, engaged in the wrong type of exchanges of energies, and it was conflicting against him himself. So he had to mellow down, get connected, and figure out what's really and truly going on. And then once he was in one of his meditation sessions, because that's something that my children have been reared to do as well, you must meditate. You must meditate. Get somewhere, and a lot of times people like say, oh, get in a quiet space. Get in a space that's comfortable and relaxing for you.
Right.
Something that, it could be near water, it could be jasmine, just
it could
something
be in your
that,
car.
it could be in your car. Whatever allows you. your spirit time just to be at ease.
Yeah.
And to be at a set level and a calm level. So during his meditation sessions, he was able to look within himself and really and truly take self-accountability, because that's something that I push at my house. Self-accountability and ownership. Those are the things that you must do. And self-accountability and ownership isn't a negative thing.
It's not.
It's just about holding yourself accountable to achieving the goals and the standards that you set forth for yourself.
Self-correction.
Self-correction. You don't need someone cracking the whip over you all the time
don't.
saying do this and do that.
Don't.
So back to my son, I didn't need to be over him cracking the whip saying you need to eat like this, you need to be thinking like that, you need to be doing this thing. He himself, his spirit chastised him and forced him to now go back to the way that he knew he needed to be in order for his life to be more in line with the divine order that was set for his life. So that was his freshman year at Savannah State. By sophomore year, that young man had got himself back on track and was once again being an inspiration to his peers and influencing them that, hey, it's cool to eat and live healthy and right.
Yeah.
It's cool. Now, we're not saints by any means, and we still do things that everybody does because we're human. That's no excuse.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's to say that we're all still a growth and progress.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't judge. It's not the truth. We all judge.
We do.
It's a precautionary measure.
Yeah.
Whether it's for good or bad, it's a precautionary measure that we all must do in order to keep ourselves safe.
Yeah.
But throughout that judgmental process, try not to discourage or to look down on someone just because their route and their journey looks different than yours.
Yeah.
So with that being said, back to the main question, how do you keep your children engulfed in what they're in this lifestyle of being conscious and eating healthy? Just train them from the very beginning, as soon as you possibly can. Make it fun. Make it interesting. Don't make it seem like it's punishment to have to eat your fruits and vegetables. Oftentimes I know a lot of people say that it's punishment. You know, their kids feel like it's punishment. Make it fun. Spice it up. You'll be amazed. I make these fruit balls. You'll be amazed at just how fun the fruit looks, and children love it. Adults love it. What touches my soul the most is when I have an adult, especially that says, oh, I don't eat fruit, or I'm not into that, and then I show them something. I expose them to something that they're not used to. Today, we just have fruits and vegetables that you're more used to and commonly hearing and seeing, but our line goes beyond your imagination. We have dragon fruit and rambutan and lychee and all different types of fruits and vegetables, and the focus of why I do this is to be able to expose many of us to the things that we wouldn't be able to access on a daily.
Right.
Because it's more to life than just a watermelon. There's
Right.
other things
It is.
out here.
Yes.
There's more to life than
Yes.
just a lettuce and a carrot salad.
Yes.
Who wants that?
Right.
That's
Right.
why a lot of people
That's
are
why,
afraid of eating healthy and living a conscious and healthy lifestyle. You can make your food and your diet fun, but be conscious. It's not only about what you consume, it's about what you see, what you say, and what you hear. That's all about making up the balance in your diet.
Right, that's right. So what about that's wonderful how you explain that. But I know my son, ever since he was born, he was, he had to do the milk and thing, but I was even trying to wean him off of that when he was a baby. At that point, I wanted him to just be vegetarian straight out the gate, and the doctor was looking at me. I said, oh yes, he can. Because back in the day, they didn't have Similac and all that other type of stuff when our ancestors was roaming the earth. They did other ways. They had breast milk. I did breastfeed him, and but I didn't want him to get none of that other nutrients. But look, on that note, we're gonna take a quick break, real quick, and we'll be right back.
Do you need a graphic designer? Call Awesome Flyers, where creative design is at its very best. They do phenomenal work, and they are always on time. No project is too big or too small. They do flyers, logos, web designs, and so much more. Make sure you call Awesome Flyers today and visit their website at www.awesomeflyers.com.
So, on that note, this has been a phenomenal
Yes, it
discussion.
has.
Look, I'm telling y'all need to follow Total Exposure and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And y'all can replay this over and over and over again. And you can share with your friends and your family or someone that needs an inspiration or just get a better understanding. Because a lot of things is that people don't understand, you know, and they don't want to ask questions because they feel as though the question that they ask might be a dumb question, but there's no question never a dumb question, or they're just too, you know, reluctant to say anything. But I thank you all for having me, Kiana. Thank you for opening up the temple, and JoVon, thank you for showing your products. And look, let the audience know where they can even order or come and visit you and to get some, you know.
Absolutely. So I definitely love for you all to check me out a little further. You can go to my website. It's www.iamexoticsplash.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at iamexoticsplash, on Facebook at The Exotic Splash, and on Twitter at Exotic Splash. And you can also reach me by telephone at 404-784-9606. And I look forward to hearing from you guys and assisting you on your journeys.
Look, y'all can also check out www.totalexposuretv.com for any information on any of the guests that we have on our show. Look, this is season 2. I told you it was gonna be fire. But until next time, look, y'all stay happy. Make sure y'all stay in this positive space. And you know, just keep calm and let it go with the flow. But this has been your girl, Stacey L. Till next season, till next episode. See you then.